that's an opportunity for you all to go, let's go have a strategic planning session together. Let's say you're like, Tina, you're like, I want to work with 4 of the women in the group and I want to create some type of offer that combines our stuff. Now you have a process to think through using the top sales plan idea, right? And asking better questions of each other and frankly creating a standard of how to operate together. Because otherwise, the other thing about creationship is it breaks down when there isn't clarity, right? And I will say this, like with any new creationship, someone has to take the lead. It's like, it can't be handled like a socialist, democratic thing in general. I've not seen it work well like that. It's like, hey, if you know, hey, I want to rally some people around, and I feel like we would be very generative together if we did this together, that person who says that should be the leader. And when I say leader, not doing all the work, but really being like, hey, like we're gonna put this plan together, we're gonna create this outline. And Tina, since you have such a great ops background, that's already something you're already really good at, right? For other people, maybe that's not their strength to organize things. So like think about your own team, or when you were in corporate, if you were in corporate, like how did you actually initiate a project, right? You would say, we're gonna initiate this project together, we're gonna scope it out. Some of you probably heard Sarah even say, what's the scope, right? Let's scope it out, let's create a plan, let's get a quick win. And I will say, my book shows you how to do that, literally step by step in 100 days, right? It's like, hey, any new idea, even doing a creationship with someone or a group of people is a creation, it's new. It's a new idea that we're endeavoring on. And in my book, I talk about how like you have to evaluate the trade-offs right at the top. What are we gonna trade off if we go and do this together? What are we committed to? Are we okay, which you probably should be, not getting the results that you envision in a year from now, but what could you say is like one thing you all could rally around that would feel really good in the first 100 days? So the book is a blueprint for that, right? So back to defining creationship. Creationship is any endeavor where we say we want to help each other do something. But the main, for me, a creationship is truly about intentionality. It doesn't matter about like, is it an affiliate partnership? Like, cause you have a launch and we're all gonna like sell your program. That's a mechanism. That's not the creationship itself. The creationship is the intentionality that I said, I'm committed to promoting your product and I'm gonna do it this way with you. And that ultimately, if I say I'm gonna promote your product, it's you, the person that I'm selling the product. It's your job to make sure I'm continuously enrolled. I'm excited to support you still, like that. You know what I mean? Because we're all like,
Yeah.
I mean, my whole thing is like, first you got to take care of you. It's like putting your oxygen mask if the plane's going down, right? You got to go, what are the things that I have to sell this year? And what am I committed to selling? Then creationship wise, who are the right creationship partners to help me sell this thing? And then the third question is, how do I co-create with somebody else? If that's interesting. I feel like that's the steps. And it might be, if you look at your plans for the year, what you need to sell, how much revenue you need to make, I would go, I don't like any of my offers. I want to kill my offers. I actually want to take a break from my offers and I just want to promote other people's offers and get some space, but I'm willing to market their offers because that's what pure affiliate marketing is. They don't have products or services. They just sell other people's stuff, right? But that to me is the priority. It should be like, what are you selling? Number two, how will you enroll other people in selling it, which is a creationship strategy. And then third is what new stuff, and new stuff includes anything new on your own and anything new with other people. That's new should be second. In my book, I talk about you need to evaluate BAU first, business as usual. What are you currently up to? How are you gonna produce revenue, or are you killing it? Fine, now you have room for new. That's the process. That's how you move quickly through the decision, right? So when we were in San Francisco and then when we were in New York in the fall, that's what I was demonstrating to you with the exercises that we were doing, was like any co-creation is a new idea. And supporting people along the way this year, I would say all of you do what you can, right? That's why I want to have a public calendar of what everyone's up to so that you can go, oh, cool, they're up to this, or this is just an ongoing thing that's always happening. I can play bigger in May, let's say for Penelope. If like, I'm not just talking about Penelope's 3-day event, I'm actually talking about like, oh, I could do a whole thing around the BAQ in May. Like, because I have space to do it, right? And that I basically create it, and then I just let Penelope know, just let you know, I'm gonna do this push. I just want you to know so your tech doesn't fall apart. I'm actually gonna promote it in May without even being asked. That's how you like organize your promotions, or you also create a really deep and meaningful relationship with somebody, like Selena was talking about yesterday. Like, what if you proactively was like, oh, I have some space in May. I'm just gonna choose somebody to elevate because I can, right? That's the potency that I'm trying to help you all embody. And by the way, you should make some money. You should pick projects where money will be made so it feels good. So it doesn't feel like what, Beth named yesterday was really important. It's like, hey, I've thought I've made agreements with people and then they let me down. It's like, that's why I'm like, make it a monetary thing. Like, if you promote somebody in this room and you make money, you have had the reciprocal response, right? You got paid and you helped them. That's synergistic, that's unicorn energy that I talk about in my book. A lot of times I feel like women especially, we overthink this. Like, what I'm naming is actually quite natural from us. And so when you're in my rooms, that's why I'm gonna always elevate our conversation. That's what I'm here for.